early in the year, Dwayne told LeBron, this is yours now. And I'm telling you, I'll never forget LeBron's face. He just kind of gave him this look like, all right.
A lot of people remember, because for some reason they just wanted to hate the Heat. So a lot of people remember that first couple of months. And like, I was a part of the media corps that was causing problems. And we were all over the team, for sure. But it wasn't going great either.
No, we were 8-9. I'm telling you, people were chanting, bring back Riley.
Yeah.
And
LeBron might have been one. LeBron might have been one of them.
But the coolest thing, one of the greatest memories I have of Pat was we was 8-9, all of this buzz about him coming back to coach and all this. So Spo and I in there first thing in the morning, we're stressed out. We're like, we got to get this team winning games. We got to knock on the door. Pat comes into the office. We're like, here we go. We about to get fired. We're thinking it's over. Pat sits down. He goes, guys, I watch practice every day. He goes, you guys are doing everything right. He goes, trust me. This team is about to get rolling. He said, I promise you that. He goes, and it better because I'm not coaching again. He said, I'm not coaching this team. So I want y'all to relax and get ready because you're about to go on a run. How he has this
He's amazing,
incredible foresight to we went 22 out of 23. And our defense was unbelievable. We didn't work on any offense in training camp. It's the best training camp I've ever seen.
Well, wait a minute. That training camp
was on the
military base.
It was the best training camp I've ever been a part of.
It was in Pensacola, right?
Udonis and Chris Bosh tried to kill each other. Dwayne and LeBron tried to kill each other. And it was unbelievable. We never put them all on the same team. We never put a starting lineup together. Juwan Howard was on that team, so he was trying to kill people. I mean, it was like every day was a war, and all we worked on was our defense. That's it. Just constantly defensive drills. So our offense was so far behind the rest of the game, and that's why a lot
Were
of
you guys
times,
living like in a barracks?
Yeah. It was like this,
you were not in a hotel, right?
I can't remember even being, it was like some kind of army housing or something like that. It was awesome. It was unbelievable. I'll never forget. That training camp was the thing. I still say, like, it was a big part of us winning titles later, was because we had that camp. It may not have panned out that first year, but the habits we built, I mean, because you got to think, like, to guard OKC, them little athletic suckers, and then the next year the Spurs, to try to keep up with that ball movement and be able to, our habits had to be so far ahead.
So why did you go back? Why didn't you guys go back to the
I don't know why we never went back. I know
after you guys won the titles, you started going to the Bahamas.
We went to the Bahamas, which I wasn't mad at that one either.
I was there.
We actually had that was a good camp too, but it was nice to just be in the Bahamas.
And there was like nobody there. The resort was empty.
It was like, that was almost like a treat.
Reward.
Yeah, like, hey, you know what? And it was great because every day we would go, we'd have first session, everybody would meet at the pool, hang out at the pool together, and then we go back and work in the evening. And that was like our little routine and we just bonded. It was really a cool session.
The two amazing things that I remember during the regular season of those Heatles teams. One, the night that Jeremy Lin.
We shut that down.
Yeah.
We ended Linsanity.
Linsanity had been raging, and here he was coming into Miami. And the funny thing about this is that over the previous 10 days, I was in the locker room after the game, and they were watching him and going crazy. When he hits that three to beat Toronto, guys were dancing around the locker room like, can you believe this?
He was balling, man.
But then when the Knicks came in, they wanted to kill him.
Oh, it was over.
The intensity of that first quarter was like game 5 of the, maybe not game 7 of the finals, game 5 of the final.
First play of the game, Mario Chalmers rips him and goes in and dunks it, and then right back in his face, picking him up full court. We trapped him the whole game, and we were the best trapping team in the league at the time.
I remember Spo called you guys were rolling, and Spo had to call a timeout 5 minutes in because your guys were panting. because they were killing him
They're
so
like
much.
lions. It was like lions on meat. Like they was going to make sure that he did not come in and have a good game.
That I remember. That was like he at the peak of their powers. Then the other thing was the 27-game win streak.
Oh,
Now, okay, you got 2 rings in there, dozens of great wins, some big Game 7 victories, but the full power of the Heat was in that 27-game win streak.
I'm going to tell you the craziest part, B, is if you go back and look at those games, we were down in most of those fourth quarters. We was messing around for 3 quarters, and then I'll never forget in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, I was that.
We were down like 27 or something.
and they were dancing with joy.
Oh, they
because
thought
they're
that's
like,
the end of the streak,
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
deal. And Ray Allen and LeBron said, nope, we're going to win this. And we went on like a 27-0 run to win the game. It was unbelievable. But we kept doing that. I think it ended in New Orleans maybe?
It ended against Chicago.
Or Chicago. So it was like, oh, yeah, that's right. It was
Yeah.
Chicago. That's right. That was a fun time, though. But it drove. Spo wanted to kill him. Because he was like, guys, keep messing with the game.
I know.
It's 3 quarters.
And then they kind of crashed.
Because it was just like the pressure of
Yeah,
it was finally.
I
Because,
know.
now you're not chasing the 33.
I know.
And it finally was just like, ugh. And it was like, it was almost like everybody's body needed to just stop for a
know.
minute. And but that was a heck of a run.
I also will always remember the game in Cleveland, where LeBron's first game going back, December of which after you guys won that game, that's when you went like 22-1.
Yep, that's right.
But
And
that game,
I won't forget it because LeBron and I was talking on the sideline. It was like a dead ball. And he was here and I was here. And a 9-volt battery flew between us and hit the floor. And we both I said, I'm not standing next to you anymore because they're
kidding.
not throwing it at me.
no, but yeah,
He started laughing.
I remember walking into the bowl, which I came in late. I didn't want to be in there too early.
That place was rocking.
And I remember you could feel on your skin, you could feel something. You could feel like a layer of something.
That place was just crazy. Because you got to think, man, like, they was burning his jersey in the street. And, like, I mean, it was a tough.
That was all they had. I mean, then they went on like a 20-game losing streak. I mean, that
Yes.
broke them and lifted you guys up.
I mean, and you think about, too, like, just overall what happened in the city economically. And,
Yeah.
like, it was a tough blow for the city,
Yeah.
you know. And that's why I respect him so much because he went back. You know, I know it was a tough time for us in Miami. It was a hard pill to swallow. But, you know, in the age of where guys do pair up to go play together, he said, look, I'm just going back to Cleveland, and I don't know what kind of team they're going to have, but I'm going to go back and try to win a title for the city. And lo and behold, he pulled it off, which was a great feat in itself.
Yeah, I would say that when he came to Miami, it was the right decision.
It was college.
It took his career to yes, he got the rings, but it took his career to another level. He took things that even to this day, when he says, keep the main thing, the main
thing. That's Spo. That's a Spoism right there.
Like it's like
right?
I hear it. I hear his Heat language in his talking. And then going back to Cleveland, maybe he could have given it one more year in Miami, but I also respected the situation where he was like, all right, I'm going to go now. I think if you guys had won the 3rd title, he'd have come back because Jordan never won the 4th.
You had to come back.
Yeah.
You had to come back. But I think he saw, you know what, my guys are aging now. They're getting to a point that I don't know if they can get me over the hump.
Yeah, Dwayne would, like...
He limped through that finals.
Yeah, that last season, Dwayne missed so many games.
He struggled. Yeah, he really struggled. And I just think it was like, it played out how it was supposed to play out for him, you know, and it's like, you know, that's why I don't look back on it with any ill feelings or anything like that. You know, I respect him more than anything because that's not easy to do, you know, to go back to a team where the owner took out a page in the paper and just thrashed you and the fans burned your jersey and all of this stuff. And, you know, for you to say, you know what, I'm going home to try to help them get back on track, you know, you got to respect it.
Do you wish anything had gone different with that? Like, with that 4 years, like you got 2 titles, you probably lost one that you should have won. I don't want to I don't want to put down Dallas at all, but I think you guys should have won that one.
We definitely could have done it like that game too. We talked about that was the big game where if we don't start celebrating too soon, we give ourselves a really good chance to win it. But to their credit, that team, that was a complete team, and they were totally
They had a great
selfless.
game plan, and they
great
executed
game
it.
plan. You know, they had savvy veterans. They could really shoot, and they moved that ball as well as anybody.
Marion played great. Terry played great.
And they had this thing, beat them with the pass.
Yeah.
And they did. They beat us with the pass. And to Rick's credit,
that was the one thing. The way you guys played defense with all that trapping, you could pass your way through it, but God, you had to be good.
You better be precise.
Yeah.
And that's what they were. And it was, you can't hesitate to pass the ball. And that was the thing about them, is they were already ahead of the play, moving that basketball.
But I feel like having lost that made the next two titles.
That's what fueled the fire, because you remember we went into a lockout, and that was a painful time because we couldn't get to work early and get right back to it. The coaches could not have any interactions with the players.
And now you were blacked out.
And we were just like, it was like chomping at the bit to get back at it. And, like I said, that was when early in the year Dwayne told LeBron, this is yours now. And I'm telling you, I'll never forget LeBron's face. He just kind of gave him this look like, all right. and it was like, it was a stretch where he shot, I think, 65% from the field for like a certain amount of games. And like, it was a domination. Like, you got to see it. And he and Dwayne both vowed that they were going to stop taking so many threes, and everything was going to be paintball. And between the two of them, they just put on a show. And Chris Bosh, obviously, his sacrifices was, you just can't put that
Great memories.
Can't measure it.
Great memories. Thanks for sharing them with us.
You got it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.